Good morning, students, and welcome back to our chemistry class. I am Manish Kumar Gupta, your chemistry teacher, and nowadays I am teaching the first chapter of your class 9, that is matter in our surrounding. In this chapter, we have learned many things: that what is matter, what are the characteristics of particles of matter, then the types of matter on the basis of physical nature and chemical nature, and we have seen that the three types of matter on the basis of physical states, and those are solid, liquid and gas. Then again we have seen the characteristics of solid, liquid and gas, and in the next topic we have seen we have studied that how we can change the matter from one state into another state. In those changing we have seen, or we have talked about the melting, about the boiling, about the freezing, about the solidification, condensation, and then sublimation. Okay, so we have learned these things. Today we will discuss about the most important topic of this chapter, and the most important topic is what? That is latent heat. Before starting this topic, I want to tell you something. When the matter change their states, for example, like solid ice changes into water, then again water changes into what? Into vapor, then in vapor changes into water, and water again in ice. If you want to change the ice into water, what we have to do? We have to supply heat, or we have to increase the temperature. And again, if you want to change this water or the liquid state of matter into gaseous state, we have to increase the temperature. Okay, but during this change of states of matter, suppose I told you that from this to this change, it is what? Melting, and the temperature at which solid ice melts into water is known as a melting point. Is known as a what? Melting point. And in case of ice, the melting point is 0 degree centigrade. So if we want to melt this ice, we have to what we call it? We have to increase the temperature, or we have to supply heat. Suppose there is an article in which many ice cubes are there. Many ice cubes are there, and we want to melt this ice cubes. So we are supplying heat. We are supplying heat. Okay. And we know that this ice cube melts at which temperature? At 0 degree centigrade. Now we start heating it, and during this changing we will notice that the temperature of this ice cubes will not rise more than 0 degrees Celsius. More than 0 degree Celsius. Instead of this, we are supplying heat. It means the temperature of this solution, or you can say the mixture, or you can say the water, have to increase. Definitely have to increase the temperature, but you will notice that it is not increasing. It is not increasing. So what is happening there? The amount of heat which we are supplying is used in overcome the force of attraction between the particles of this ice cubes. So where this temperature goes, or where the temperature are hidden, so this temperature is taken by the particles of ice cubes and utilize it to change the states of matter, and that energy, you can say that temperature that is used up, or it is absorbed by the particles of ice cubes and utilize it to change its state from solid to liquid. That heat or that temperature is called latent heat. Now, latent heat. So latent heat. Latent is a Latin word which is taken from which letter, which means to lie hidden. Means which cannot be seen or observed. And this word is first described by the Joseph. This is described by the Joseph Black in 1672. Now, what is the exact definition of this latent heat? The exact definition of this: the amount of energy or the amount of heat is required to change the states of matter, without raising its temperature, and it is known as a latent heat. Which is a Latin word which comes from the latter, which is to be lie hidden. Hidden means not to be seen, and this word is first discussed or used by the scientist Joseph Blake in 1672. Now, how many types of latent heat? So there are two types. Of latent heat. First, latent heat of what? Fusing, or you can say melting. Both the same process. Okay. Then next one, latent heat of what? Vaporization. So there are two types of latent heat: latent heat of fusion or latent heat of vaporization. Now, one by one we will see. First of all, what is latent heat of fusion? You are similar to this word, or you are known to this word, fusion or melting. It is a process through which solid melts into liquid, is known as a melting or fusion. So what is latent heat? Again, It is the amount of heat or energy which is used to change the unit mass of solid, which is used to change the unit mass of solid. In this unit, you can take 1 kg of solid changes into liquid without raising in its temperature, without rising temperature, is known as a latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion, or you can say melting. Now the another one, latent heat of vaporization. What is it? Again, what is vaporization? The process through which liquid changes into gaseous state is known as a vaporization. So in the same way, the amount of heat energy is required to change the 1 kg of liquid into which state? Gaseous state without rising any temperature is known as a what? Latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Now, I want to tell you some latent heat of fusion of some materials, of some solids. For example, latent heat of fusion for ice, it is 334 kg and kilojoule per kg. Means if you want to change the 1 kg ice, you will have to give how much energy? 334 kilojoule to melt this ice into water. And if you want to change the silver state, then you have to give 92 kilojoule per kg. Means if you want to change the solid silver into molten silver, you have to give 92 kg joule for per kg of silver. So this is the latent heat of vaporization for ice and for silver. Now next, for vaporization, again vaporization for water, it is 2240 kilojoule per kg. And if you want to change the water which is in liquid state into the gaseous state, you have to give how much amount of energy? 2240 kilojoule per kg. Means if you want to change 1 liter of water into gaseous state or in water vapor, you have to give this much energy. Okay. So this is the example for latent heat of what? Vaporization. Okay. So in this class, up to this, and in next day we will see the conversion of temperatures. The conversion of temperatures, like in temperature we measure in degree centigrade, but when suppose you are suffering from fever, then the doctor check your body and says that you have 103 degree Fahrenheit fever. Means this Fahrenheit indicates the temperature. So there are 3 ways to what? Indicate the temperature. First in degree centigrade, second in Kelvin, and third in Fahrenheit. So we will see the conversion, that how we can change the Kelvin into what? Centigrade, centigrade to Kelvin, or Fahrenheit to centigrade, and vice versa. Okay. So thank you.